What's up, everyone? The deal is near for Lucid Motors to go public via reverse merger with Churchill Capital Corp IV or CCIV. A lot of detailed valuation and pipe details was released by Reuters and other media outlets today. Upon the news, CCIV spiked up as much as 44%, causing the stock to be halted. In this video, I will share with you the great news that we have been all waiting for. Guys, this is just the beginning of an epic stock increase. I will share with you Peter Rawlinson's interview on Fox Business News, so you probably want to watch all the way to the end of the video, so stick around. Swadikap, that's hello in Thai, and welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Anthony, and I'm a former engineer and data analytics turned entrepreneur and investor. My prior career, I was very successful in creating predictive models for Fortune 500 companies in Silicon Valley using historical data to predict future outcomes. I applied my knowledge to my own portfolio, and in the past 12 months, grew it more than 550%. In this channel, I focus on high growth and disruptive technology stocks for short-term momentum trades and long-term investments. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back and thank you for your support. Please help us grow this channel by hitting the sub button below. Make sure to hit the notification button so you get my latest video update. While you're at it, do hit and like and share the video. I will see you down there. Please note that this video is for entertainment purpose only. I'm not licensed. However, that does not mean that I won't present you with facts and trading ideas that will supercharge up your portfolio. No BS and straight to the point. So let's get right into it. I'd like to congratulate everyone for holding on to their shares and believing that the merger rumors will become a reality. I know a lot of people have been on the edge of their seat and there's a lot of money at stake, and this could be a life changer for many people. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Let's look at the daily chart. Right at the beginning of the opening bell, CCIV dipped as it always does for quick profit taking. The bulls knew better and pushed the stock back up. It traded sideways, consolidated, and built its base on a tight narrow range between $37 and $38 range. Around 10:39 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, CCIV spiked up, and within 5 minutes, it reached an all-time high of $55. Circuit breakers were turned on, halting the trade. Once resumed, CCIV dipped to as low as $46 range. It oscillated back and forth between the $46 and $54 level. As you can see, CCIV formed a pole flag pendant triangle formation. Around 12:32 p.m., it finally broke off from the pendant triangle formation around the $51 mark. It has since oscillated between the $51 to $52 level in the after hours. Let's take a look at the news that led up to the CCIV spike today. On February 15, 2021, Benzinga released an article titled, quote, Michael Klein raised $1.6 billion with its 6th and 7th SPAC. CCIV continues to rise, unquote. Key takeaway is that Kevin Klein is wrapping up CCIV merger talks with Lucid as he starts to work on his next 2 SPACs. Today, February 16, 2021, at 9:16 a.m., Ruchi Gupta of Market Realistic released a piece that institutional investors are accumulating CCIV stock amid Lucid rumors. Key takeaway, big institutions are loading up on CCIV shares as they are very bullish on the merger rumors. Smart money knows something is up. Per Fintel.io website, CCIV now have 109 institutional investors. The latest to join are Aristia Capital and Glassa Capital, where they filed the SEC Schedule 13G, each buying between 11 to 12 million shares. They're now close to the 50% mark, where the big institution holders have filed their SEC Schedule 13G. Once it is achieved, Kevin Klein can then make an official merger announcement. At 10:15 a.m., Joshua Franklin and Anya Benson of Reuters released an article, quote, exclusive, Lucid Motors near SPAC deal as Klein launches financing sources, unquote. Key takeaway, Lucid Motor Inc. is getting close to a deal to go public at a roughly $12 billion valuation. This will be one of the biggest SPAC deal ever for an EV company. CCIV has initiated talks with investors to raise more than $1 billion by selling shares in private investment in public equity or PIPE, and is expected to reach $1.5 billion or more due to high demands. This would be an additional to the $2 billion raised in an IPO in July on the New York Stock Exchange. According to sources, he has stated that Lucid Motors and Kevin Klein of CCIVs agree on the key terms of the deal. After that, various news outlets started to repost the article and not really saying anything new that is worthy to mention in this video. CNBC, however, did state that a deal could be announced as early as this month. At 12:57 p.m., Benzinga announced that Peter Rawlinson, Lucid's CEO, will go on for an interview on Fox Business News, CCIV shares spiked to a session high. Key takeaway is that Lucid Motors is partnering up with Electrify America to utilize its CCS open standard. This is an American standard of the charging system nationwide. Let's chime in on what Peter Rawlinson has to say on Fox Business News Alert, where Lucid Motors aims for spring delivery of its luxury electric sedan. Enjoy.
Meanwhile, about the big push for electric cars and how Volvo plans to have its Ford, GM also beefing up their commitment to this. So it's not just Tesla's world and not just this next gentleman's world, although he is giving Tesla a scare with some cars that are getting noticed and getting notoriety. Peter Rawlinson is the Lucid Motors CEO and Chief Technology Officer there. Peter, very good to have you back. Thank you for coming.
Good morning, Neil.
How are things looking on your front? Everyone seems to say that now that some of the big companies, the establishment car companies are saying we're going this route too, that it's going to pressure guys like you and pressure even the Elon Musks. What do you say to them?
Well, they've been saying that for years, haven't they? There's going to be a big push from the traditional car companies that are going to pressurize Tesla. Tesla's years ahead of them. They're in a preeminent position. And, only this week, Jaguar announced that they've cancelled their electric XJ program. Quickly, are they?
No, that's a very good point. Could I ask you this, though, Peter? Not everyone's on the same page or the standard that for these vehicles. I liken it. I'm old enough to remember the battle between Beta and VHS in the late 70s, early 80s, where they couldn't agree on a standard. And I'm wondering if that's the problem with proprietary technology for battery charging stations and the rest, that we could have a variety of formats out there. Where is that going?
Well, that's a very interesting point, Neil. Lucid Motors has partnered with Electrify America to access its 1,000-volt charging infrastructure, which is growing rapidly. And we're on the open standard, the CCS combo standard, which is the open standard for the USA. We share that with so many other automakers. And it's a very interesting point, actually, because I applaud Tesla for rolling out their fast charging network, their supercharge network. But in a sense, that is almost an isolated network because it's a 400-volt system, and we know that the cars of the future are going to be ultra high voltage. Lucid Air behind me, and I'm here in our Beverly Hills studios, is launching at over 900 volts. The next generation electric cars are going to be 800-900 volts. So, with a supercharged network from Tesla at 400 volts, it's going to be an interesting future.
Where are we on charging? It takes a long time to charge a typical battery, depending on the vehicle maker. I'm not quite sure yours. But if we sped that up, leaving aside the more mileage you get on a charge these days, that could be a big game changer as well, right?
Absolutely, and that's a function of many things. It's a function of cell chemistry, it's a function of the voltage architecture of the vehicle, but it's also, surprisingly, miles I can go per kilowatt hour. Because what really matters to the customer is the speed in terms of how many miles of charge I can accrue for a given stop time, not the amount of energy that's going into the car. And because Lucid Air is extraordinarily efficient, we can get nearly 300 miles charge in 20 minutes, which is quite extraordinary. The other thing is we have an onboard charger for level 2 charging at home rated at 19.2 kilowatts. And that gives us close to 90 miles charge per hour at peak conditions at a home charging station. This is a game changer.
It is, to put it mildly. That's amazing, because that does open it up to a wider group of people who might be doubters right now. We'll see where all this goes. Peter, very good catching up with you. Peter Rawlinson, Lucid Motors CEO, Chief Technology Officer. They are beautiful vehicles to look at. So that is part of the game-changing developments going on.
So there you have it. If you find the content of value, please leave a comment below. Do share, like, and subscribe if you have not already done so. Also hit the notification bell for my next video. Now let's go make some moolahs.